What's up guys, Dirk here. In today's video I want to look at the charts of Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance, and I want to just look at some possibilities of where this is going. Where is it going to top out? What are the possibilities going to be, and what kind of options are we looking at going forward? Because Bitcoin is trading at over $18,000. There's still not really any FOMO. I'm still not, getting all the messages of should I buy Bitcoin or should I not, even though we are starting to see a lot more questions. And that's why I've made videos about this in the past couple of days. Should you buy Bitcoin? Should you buy altcoins at these levels? Like I've said, personally, I wouldn't be buying Bitcoin over here. I just feel like the chance of a pullback is higher. Like the time to buy Bitcoin was under 10K and now it's at 18K. Do you want to buy it? Yes or no? I don't know. I wouldn't be buying at these levels. But let's see what happens, because one thing that's important to look at also is the higher time frames. So this is a monthly chart of Bitcoin, and as you can see over here, we've got this massive green candle. Now I know we still have 10 days left of this month before it closes, but you can see over here, pretty much last month, so October, we closed at the same level of 2017, right? So right now we're in territory where the price of Bitcoin has never ever had a monthly close of these levels. And I'm pretty sure, it's never guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure we're going to get the highest monthly close ever in the history of Bitcoin this month, okay? All we need to do is close above, say, 14,100. So even if it drops back down to 15K, it would still be the highest monthly close ever for Bitcoin. And that is significant. Now, what we're seeing here also, we don't see the insane overbought conditions on the RSI on monthly as in 2017, right? Meaning that if there were to be a blow off to the upside, there is still room for it on the RSI. It's nothing too crazy, okay? We still have a higher high on the RSI, meaning there's no negative divergence here on the monthly chart. And even though things have moved up a lot, there is still room for a lot more further upside, okay? You can see over here, what we've had here is three large monthly candles. What I think might be a possibility is that once again we will get three large green candles. You can see 1, 2, 3. This is in 3 months. It went from 4,300 to 20K. It went from 4,000 to 14K. Okay, so we are now, it started at 10,000, the beginning of the last candle, and I think it's completely possible that we might actually end up seeing a new all-time high, possibly in December. Now, of course, there is the possibility that we make a double top, right? That is always the option. So we retest, let me get this out here. So we retest this at about 19,666, I think it was, is the high. So it's possible that it retests and it pulls back. I think that is what a lot of people are anticipating too. And usually when a lot of people anticipate something, it does something different. Remember what happened to gold a few months ago? The all-time high was like $1,900. It went through it and it set a slightly higher high. It went to about $2,100. We can look at the gold chart in a second. But it's possible that Bitcoin does something similar, where it actually passes beyond the $20,000 level and then makes a bit of a pullback. So some levels to watch out also. There's a bunch of possibilities. I've set this channel over here. This is something that tends to happen sometimes too, which is if we pull this trend line over here, over these two bottoms like this, and we project that over this peak of the all-time high, well then if this 3-bar pattern plays out again, then we might see in December, we might see Bitcoin go anywhere to, maybe as high as $24,000-$25,000. Max Keiser, for example, he's also said that he has a target of around $28,000 for Bitcoin. So it is completely possible that Bitcoin still goes several $1,000s higher, maybe even another $5,000 to $10,000 higher. It is possible. So, that's why it might still be possible to actually buy Bitcoin at these levels and profit from it. Just personally, I don't feel comfortable buying something after it's already gone up from 10,000 to 18,000. But again, it is possible that it goes to 25 or 28 or $30,000. Again, looking at then what is the best risk reward, well, sure, that's nice, but like I said before, even if it doubles, even if it goes to 36,000, it's only gonna double, right? If you're looking at altcoins, a double in an altcoin or a 5x in an altcoin, I think is much more likely than even a double in Bitcoin. But we got to remember that at this point in time, there is a lot of institutional interest in Bitcoin. Okay, MicroStrategy bought $425 million worth of Bitcoin at around $10,000. They're up more than $200 million, probably like $300 million at this point. That's insane. And I'm sure there are a lot of other companies and institutions and billionaires and millionaires and hedge funds who are looking at Bitcoin. Some maybe have been accumulating already. Others are maybe waiting to get their paperwork and their strategy finalized. And there could still be a lot of buying power behind this, which obviously is going to be very good for the crypto market as a whole, because the higher that Bitcoin goes, at some point, I think that money is still going to flow back into altcoins, and we're going to see crazy pumps in the altcoin, okay? I don't believe that it's only going to be Bitcoin that's going to keep going up without altcoins following at some point. And keep in mind, like I shared in yesterday's video, basically that the relationship between Bitcoin and altcoins, Bitcoin peaked in December 2017, and the month after that, that was only the time when altcoins started to really pump, right? So maybe we get this 3 month candle over here, or 1 to 3 months of green, just like here and just like over here. And again, we get a similar situation where Bitcoin maybe makes a spike high in December, pulls back. That was kind of the peak for Bitcoin. And then in the month following, maybe altcoins catch up. It's looking, we're still on track that is actually a possibility, which would be very strange if it repeats in that exact same way, 3 years later. But I guess it is a possibility. So I'm not saying that it's guaranteed going to overshoot, but I think there is a decent chance that it can actually go beyond the all-time high, especially looking at this on the monthly chart. You can see over here in December 2017, it was just an intra-month spike. It just went up and down and it did not close there. We are already much higher. We're already in historic levels at this point in time, for the monthly close. And, unless the price completely collapses, which I guess is possible, but I don't think it's very likely, before the end of this month, so within the next 10 days, we are going to get the highest monthly close on Bitcoin. So weekly over here, we're very close to getting towards this point over here. And yes, the RSI is getting very high. It's getting to overbought levels on the weekly chart, but you can see what happened in 2017. It just stayed up here and it oscillated at the top here. So just because it's at these levels, yes, it can pull back a little bit, but it can just stay up here and continue moving as the price continues higher. So it is indeed possible that we could get a bit of an overshoot and go beyond the previous all-time high. But again, look at how steep it's going, right? If you see this, if you see how steep it's going, it's getting to that point, right? Sure, several $1,000s more, but at some point, it's going to need to have a correction. And changing it to the daily, you can see that's getting pretty steep on the daily, right? As you zoom in on these time frames, we are in these overbought levels, but again, it can oscillate up here. You can see over here, for a period of a few months, it hung around these levels. So again, that's by itself, that is not a necessary indicator that it's going to reverse at any time soon. So we have this double top level, but keep in mind, it could also go higher. That's why I say, it's risky, right? You could buy 18K, and if it ends up going to like 25K or 30K, awesome, you make good money. But if you buy at 18K and it goes to 19K and then drops 13K, so that's why I'm saying personally, I wouldn't be buying at these levels. And I'm looking for altcoins still for the opportunities. They're still dirt cheap, in my opinion, compared to their all-time highs. I mean, you can see it. Even Ethereum is still $485. The all-time high was $1,400 and something dollars, right? So this isn't even 50% of the all-time high. And hopefully Ethereum 2.0 is going to be able to launch in December. So, maybe that all works together where Bitcoin peaks, it has a blow off, whatever that is, whether it's 20, 25, 28K. And then the altcoins can start to play catch up. Ethereum 2.0 launches. Ethereum starts to push, the rest of the alts start to go higher. That would kind of be the ideal scenario. And let's see how that's going to play out. I mean, one last thing here, the Bitcoin dominance, the two vertical lines here are the halvings, 2016 and 2020. And you can see after the 2016 halving, altcoins really came aboard and Bitcoin lost a lot of dominance. Right now, Bitcoin has been gaining dominance, which is natural because, you know, it's been spiking in price and all the attention is on Bitcoin. But at some point when altcoins are going to play catch up, well, then we're going to see, and are we going to get another kind of waterfall collapse like this in the Bitcoin dominance, which means altcoins outperform relative to Bitcoin. I think it's possible, but let's see how that goes. We've got this strong kind of horizontal resistance level over here. You can see over here, back in 2017, right? It had this pull up, and this was the altcoin massive run after Bitcoin peaked, right? After December 17th, this is when the altcoins really started to pump, this final run. So we've seen it here also. We had a big run back up, Bitcoin gained dominance, slowly bled out, and now it's moving higher. Let's see what happens once again, if it can get to this level, the 71, 72 level for the dominance, and what happens at that point, if it's going to drop back or not. So that was basically just a quick look at the charts with my thoughts of where I think things are going. So far on the monthly, like I've shown you, it's still looking very strong. There is potential that we do get a higher high. Okay, there is potential that we go beyond the previous 2017 all-time high, that we overshoot it, that we go to 24, 25, maybe even $28,000. But there is also a possibility that it reaches the all-time high, 19,666, 20K, and then pulls back and has the usual 30 to 40% pullback that tend to happen in bull markets anyway. So guys, never invest more than you can afford to lose. Don't overextend yourself. You know, experts say no more than 5% of your net worth in crypto. But if you can do that, there is huge potential and there are huge gains to be made. We're going soon into 2021. Okay, there's a month and a half left of this year. That could be a very exciting month and a half, but we've still got a whole 2021 ahead of us. So don't stress, don't FOMO. There's still going to be a lot of opportunities. Just be smart and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to get updates. Smash the like button if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate it. Helps the algorithm, gets more people to see these videos. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. I do answer them personally, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.